you tell the government of UP, you tell the government of Bihar, we will give you money as a function of what percentage of girls under 10 are enrolled in school. Then under 15, then under 18, then how many go to college. This is the basis for us giving you money, because once we have women educated, empowered, equal rights to property, equal rights to employment, equal rights to start businesses and be entrepreneurs, then every other problem in society gets fixed. We don't have a population problem. We will not have a law and order problem. We will not have a productivity problem. All of the problems gets fixed if women are empowered, educated, and given equal access. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, that doesn't happen in much of India. But we are very, very sure. In fact, I would say for 100 years since 1921, irrespective of which party came to power, sometimes it was the Justice Party, sometimes Swatantra, sometimes Congress, sometimes DMK, sometimes ADMK. The one good thing is none of us have ever walked back this principle. We have always kept this principle the same for 100 years. Now I'm going to talk about the future. I'm done talking about the past. All of you are extremely privileged. Of course you're bright, of course you're hardworking, otherwise you wouldn't be here today. But you're also extremely privileged. Not everybody who's bright, not everybody who's hardworking gets equal access to opportunity. Many people apply to great colleges, some people get in, some others don't. All of you got admission, got a great education, and with the support of your parents have come this far. In some sense, this is a day of celebration, it's a day of achievement, it's a day that you mark the end of one chapter of your life, going through an undergraduate program. In some other sense, it is a day of beginnings. It is a day about the rest of your life. It is a day about your involvement in society as an adult and your impact of on your family, your community, your society, and the future generations to come. And because you have been privileged, you need to constantly think about these things while you make your choices and act on them. In that sense, I would only urge 2 or 3 things of you. 1, always remember that outcomes in life are determined by a lot of variables, only some of which are in our control. I think I've done a good job, I think I've learned at the right places, I think I've worked hard. But in truth, I could have ended up on one of thousands of paths in life. I'm very blessed and fortunate that all the things came together, that I could be in this seat in the government and then come here today as the chief guest. So I must remember that many variables beyond my own capability play a part in my outcome, and that's the same for you. Why I say that is, the more successful you get, the more you must remember to be humble, the more you must remember to be compassionate, the more you must consider putting back into society in your own small way, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your community. And that will build a much better society for all of us. The second thing I want to say is that the state of Tamil Nadu and the country of India needs you. You need to stay engaged. You need to get employed. You need to start new businesses. You need to be productive members of the formal economy. Too often we find people with the greatest quality of education like you then go into just a life of domestic kind of focus and don't get engaged in society. So I would urge you that the per capita productivity of the state, the future growth rate of the state is contingent on people like you with the work ethic, with the academic record, with the knowledge that you have gained in places like Adithanar, the premier college here, that you must continue to be involved in the formal economy in every way possible. That is good for us as a state, it's good for us as a country, it's good for your families, it's good for your future. The last thing I would say is that institutions like Adithanar have an implicit pact with their students. You get to go to an institution of excellence that has functioned now for almost 75 years. It takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of people's efforts to create an institution of excellence. It can be easily destroyed. One or two wrong people for a period of 2 or 3 years and the standards can slip. So it is very rare indeed to find institutions that have stayed this respected, this prestigious, this effective in generating outcomes for this long a time. And so you have an implicit pact with your college that you must act in a way that increases the reputation and standing of your college, not necessarily in achievement alone, but in compassion, in consideration, in contributions that are larger than your own gain. With that, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Also, we have a lot of functions to finish and I have to head back to the assembly shortly. But let me just express again, for so many reasons, starting with the family link to the founder of this college, with the synergy of our interests as a driven movement in women's education and the mission of this institution, with in fact the uniqueness. If you look at many of the institutions of higher learning that are very respected, very prestigious, many of them were started by Christian missionaries or people who had come from outside, even in Chennai, in Madurai. It is very rare to find a college started by an Indian who had a global education and that has produced this kind of outcome. And in some sense, my own path in life was shaped by an almost identical path to the founder of this college. My grandfather also went to the UK, studied, became a barrister, came back, joined public life, made an impact. So I've always felt this affinity, which I mentioned to Mr. Muralidharan every time I come. This is, I think, the third or fourth time I've come in the last 10 years. And so I'm really happy. I thank you for inviting me on this important day. I wish all of you well. I pay my respects to your parents for having brought you this far. And I look forward to your contributions and achievements and your positive impact on society. Thank you very much.
LCD மட்டும் மூடிக்கணும்னா அண்ணா LCD மட்டும் மூடிக்கணும் சொல்றது அதல அவ்வளவுதானா அப்படியே பழகணும்.
Thank you very much, sir. Let the graduates be now presented by the heads of the departments.
Respected sir, I present unto you 4 candidates in person from the Department of Tamil who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Philosophy in Tamil degree of the University of Madras.
Sir, I present unto you 8 candidates in person from the Department of Economics who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Philosophy in Economics degrees of University of Madras.
I present unto you 1 candidate in person from the Department of History who has been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Philosophy in History degree of the University of Madras.
Sir, I present unto you 7 candidates in person from the Department of Commerce who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Philosophy in Commerce degrees of the University of Madras.
So, I present unto you 2 candidates in person from the Department of Corporate Secretaryship who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Philosophy in Corporate Secretaryship degrees of the University of Madras.
Sir, I present unto you 21 candidates in person from the Department of Economics who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Arts in Economics degree of the University of Madras.
Sir, I present unto you 22 candidates in person from the Department of Commerce who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Commerce degrees of the University of Madras.
Sir, I present unto you 37 candidates in person from the Department of Commerce who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Master of Commerce degrees of the University of Madurai.